Today, I want to talk about something deeply meaningful in both Jewish tradition and Christian faith: the 4 cups of Passover. The Passover meal, also called the Seder, is one of the oldest and most symbolic celebrations in the Bible. It remembers how God delivered the people of Israel from slavery in Egypt. During this meal, 4 cups of wine are traditionally shared. These cups are not random traditions. Each one represents a promise God made to his people in the book of Exodus. In Exodus chapter 6, verses 6 through 7, God says, "I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians. I will free you from slavery. I will redeem you with an outstretched arm, and I will take you as my people." From these promises come the 4 cups of Passover. The first cup is called the cup of sanctification. This cup represents God saying, "I will bring you out." Before Israel could become a free nation, God first called them out of Egypt. Sanctification means being set apart. God was separating his people from bondage and calling them into a new identity. There is an important lesson here for us today. Freedom often begins with a calling. Before change happens externally, something changes internally. God calls people out of darkness, fear, addiction, or hopelessness, and begins a new work in their lives. The second cup is the cup of deliverance. This cup represents God's promise: "I will free you from slavery." Israel had lived in oppression for generations, and God was declaring that slavery would not define their future anymore. During the Passover meal, this cup is associated with remembering the plagues that struck Egypt and the mighty acts of God's deliverance. For Christians, this cup carries another layer of meaning. It reminds believers that God not only delivers people physically, but spiritually as well, freeing them from sin, fear, and separation from Him. The third cup is perhaps the most significant for Christians. It is called the cup of redemption. God said, "I will redeem you." To redeem means to buy back at a cost. In ancient times, redemption involved paying a price to restore someone's freedom. Many scholars believe this was the cup Jesus lifted during the Last Supper when he said, "This cup is the new covenant in my blood." That moment connected the story of Passover in Exodus with the message of salvation in the New Testament. Just as the blood of the Passover lamb protected Israel in Egypt, Christians believe the sacrifice of Jesus brings redemption and reconciliation with God. The fourth cup is the cup of praise, sometimes called the cup of restoration. This cup represents God saying, "I will take you as my people." This is the fulfillment of the relationship. God was not only rescuing Israel from slavery, He was bringing them into covenant and communion with Him. Traditionally, songs of praise were sung after this final cup. It was a celebration of God's faithfulness, mercy, and promise. And this is what makes the 4 cups so powerful. Together, they tell a complete story. God brings His people out of bondage, delivers them from slavery, redeems them at a cost, and restores them into relationship with Him. That message still speaks today. Many people are searching for freedom, purpose, and hope. The story of Passover reminds us that God is a God who rescues, restores, and redeems. It reminds us that suffering does not have the final word, and that faith is rooted in the belief that deliverance is possible. Whether viewed through Jewish tradition or Christian faith, the 4 cups of Passover reveal a journey from slavery to freedom, from brokenness to restoration, and from fear to praise. May the favor of Yah be upon you.